Hey, what's up, Herd? It's Friday, April 4th. Today, I've got an update for you regarding all of crypto, but I also want to talk about the traditional markets and what's going on with the Trump tariffs. So let's get on into it. Traditional markets are absolutely having a terrible day today. In fact, we are down to about where I expected to come down on the S&P, really the bottom of where I expected to come down so quickly, guys. This is a 16% drawdown from all-time highs we set back on basically February 20th, back in just a couple of months ago, guys, not that long ago. But this is a nice place of support that we did set back in August of 24. So I'm hoping that we bounce off of here. The next line of resistance, guys, or at least support rather, is going to be around 4,961 on the S&P here, which would put us down, I believe, closer to 20% here. Let's see what we got at the bottom. Yeah, that'd be 19.3%, which would be a nice healthy pullback for the traditional markets before an uptrend, though I wouldn't be surprised if we bounce sooner than that. This is regarding a lot of the tariff information that's going on. China retaliated after Trump put additional tariffs on them. Though we have seen a bill come through the Congress and the Senate that is blocking the tariff to Canada, actually. So some infighting going on, and that was actually from Rand Paul, who's a libertarian. Very interesting look at the markets there. So also wanted to look at the NDX, which is the NASDAQ here. NASDAQ is already down significantly from the top. We're down over 20% already. Wouldn't be surprised to see a 23% move down to the downside. Currently sitting relatively on support here. There's this wick down that we had back in August as well. And then we have this nice support line right around the 19th of April from 2024 that would bring us down about that 23%. So Dow Jones obviously down as well. This is significant for the overall industrial markets. I do think the industrial markets will probably have more to lose out of this as the tariffs, or at least the exports to China and other countries tend to be some of the inputs, and that really is the industrial outputs of the American product. So we'll see if we get some more downtrend on that. Could see lower to about 16% down overall, but we did make all-time highs back in February, guys, and late January at least, and early February there. So wouldn't be surprised to see a nice bounce off of this, as we did off of the bounce that were the lows that we had on the 13th of March. So getting on into the crypto space, guys, the crypto space is absolutely holding up super well in comparison. Most of the indices are down 4% today on the traditional markets, where we're kind of mixed, some up, some down. BTC is still holding 83,000. You'd think that we would be absolutely in the gutter here, coming down, to 75, maybe even into the 60s with this downtrend in the traditional markets. However, it looks like crypto has already front run a lot of the downtrend, and a lot of people are getting into BTC as a portion of this. So this could be obviously, maybe not obviously, but it could be a massive rotation into Bitcoin and possibly alts long term, guys. So let's see if we get some wealth transfer there. We have seen a downtrend of nearly 30%, 29% already on the price of Bitcoin, which is totally standard in any really kind of market for Bitcoin, especially in the bull market going up. And so we're currently down about 25%, 24.5%. Would like to see this line, this upward trending support line, hold the price of Bitcoin up, which it has relatively well for the last couple of weeks here. In fact, we're about 3 weeks on this trend line. Whale money flow is high, so we could see a rollover here, but it is trending up on Bitcoin, which is great to see. In fact, I think this is mirroring somewhat what we've got on gold. Gold has taken a downtrend over the last couple of days, and I think that has more to do with the DXY, which is the strength of the dollar. So against the dollar, guys, we're seeing a little bit of maybe of a downtrend on gold, but this could help a rotation into Bitcoin as well. We'll see what happens there. Getting into Ethereum down 1.23%. Not a huge downtrend though. We've been supporting about around this actual price line right here at 17.94 seems to be a nice line of support for us. But if we break down, and I could see this happening fairly shortly, guys, especially if we get into the weekend tomorrow and see some volatility. I'm projecting the bottom's going to be around 1550 for Ethereum in this downtrend, and then seeing a significant bounce or a relief rally off of that. However, there is some momentum to there's precedence, I should say, to go up from here. XRP actually up today, bouncing off support around $2, which is great. This has been a nice support trend for the price of XRP relatively well since the 10th of December. Actually, we bounced off once, twice, 3 times, wicked below a 4th time back in February with that nasty wick to the downside. 5, 6, and now 7 times we've acted on support at $2 for the price of XRP. Would love to see this hold up and give us a bounce to the upside there. BNB holding up super well, guys, over just right around $600 there at 592. Getting good support around 586, which has been a nice support line for us in the past. Has gone back for several months, being resistance early on and then becoming support for the most part right now. Money flow is trending out of BNB, however, so we'll see if we can get a buying opportunity down here around maybe 541, which is the next line of support. Solana dipped below 120 for a couple of days, actually. We got a nice wick down to where we were previously on Tuesday, March 11th, which is a nice buying opportunity for anybody in Sol. It is bouncing up today at up 3%, a highest move up of all of the alts that I am showing besides that of S, actually. So Sonic tokens have bounced even more, but SWE down 1%, not holding up. We were holding above $2.30 for a couple days here. We had a nice wick, a nice uptrend, I should say, up to about 280, have fallen past that now. And then we do have some pretty nice support around $2.13, but the major support for me is right around $2, similar to that of XRP, actually. Similar support range, I should say. So love to see some upward trending on all of these alts getting into the weekend. If we can get an uptrend into the weekend, that'd be fantastic for us, though I wouldn't be surprised to see lower prices going into like Sunday morning, Sunday evening, somewhere in there, and then better prices Monday. Sonic, like I said, is already up considerably today, 4.49%. Did have a nice bounce off the bottom here around 43 cents, and it was up as much as 17% in the last 24 hours, which is fantastic. Do look out for buying opportunities on the Sonic token, especially for those of you who are in the herd, guys, who might want to take advantage of what's coming next for the new application that BT has been hinting at over the last couple of months. So BTC dominance actually coming down a little bit, peaked at about 63%. That's the highest peak we've seen since the crazy wick that we saw on the 3rd of February. This is continuing to trend up. Would love to see a rollover here. Whale money flow high, starting to roll over, so we could see a little bit of a cool down on BTC's dominance and go into some possibly into the alts here, which would typically signal an uptrend for all of the crypto markets. We'll see what happens there. USDT dominance rolling over a little bit right now. Did not get as high as it did back in March, so that's nice to see. Total market sitting right at 2.63 trillion. We have erased a $1 trillion worth of market cap from the total market cap of all of crypto, from the highs that we've seen in December of 24, and then in January again we saw on the 21st, the day after the inauguration, we saw, or rather the day of the inauguration on the 20th, we were at $3.69 trillion, and we're currently below 1 trillion off of that by just a little bit now. I'd love to see us get back above the 2.7 trillion mark in order to get within that range where we're not down $1 trillion in this total market cap. But anyway, guys, with that, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell for more content just like this. Thank you so much for watching, guys. We will have some updates coming up probably pretty soon here, as I do expect BT to start leaking some information about what's going on with the new application on the Sonic chain. Have a great day, guys. See ya next week. God bless.